In this video, I'm going to show you how to write a property description, generate a property profile, generate a property script, generate ad copy, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to show you how you can use Realwords to generate a really good property description for the next house that you list. We come to the dashboard and you can see which tab we're on because it's a different shade of blue, and we simply just hit the orange button. This brings us to a form. Now what we want to do is fill out all the details that are applicable to the house or the property that we're selling. We don't have to fill out everything. So if we don't want to say what the lot size is, for instance, then we just leave it blank. Just remember, the more information that you put in, the better the property profile will be when you generate it. We go through and notice that a few things are already pre-populated, and these are back from our My Info pages. So everything else we just put in here, everything that we want to put in, and then we come to this section, which is quite interesting. Who's most likely to live in this property? Who's most likely to buy this listing? Now these may seem like strange questions, but when you remember that Realwords is software, and software is generated or run on algorithms, then that kind of goes away to explaining why we ask these questions. The algorithm uses the answers that you give for these questions here to generate a profile most suitable for those people. For instance, if you selected that the property was, the best asset of the property was the location, then the profile would be subtly but significantly different than if you said it was the best asset was the kitchen, for instance. And the algorithm actually takes care of that for us. And of course we can go through and edit the property profile at the end of the process. There are certain things that are wise to put in. Let's pretend we're doing an apartment, two-bedroom apartment, so we simply just need to type it in, or we use the arrows over here to go up and down. And same for bathrooms and garages and so on. And then when you click on these are called accordions. When you click on an accordion, it opens up underneath, and you can just click the sort of things that are appropriate. And whenever you're filling out these form fields, you just remember the section that you're filling out. So you're filling out the location. It's not acreage, it's close to a library, it's close to these different attractions. It is important to note that the form in its current form is going to change, and there may be some strange things in there, but just work with it and try and fill it out as best as you can. The goal is to make this so elegant and attractive that you will not want to stop using it. It'll be really easy. You just click a few things and it just keeps bringing in the next piece of information for you. You just go through, as I said, and tick a few things that are appropriate and applicable. Just open up all of these accordions as you go through. For instance, there's built-ins and so on. When you're finished, you generate a property profile. Now I haven't really filled in the form, so it's not going to work. It'll come up with an error message. But what happens is, when it is complete, the person who is the registered user, in this case it's me and that's my email address, will receive an email with a Word doc, and that Word doc will be the property profile. Here's something that's very interesting. If you go to the Archives section, this actually stores all of the property profiles that you've done, and this is March. So if I go down to the bottom here, I go to 32 Springbrook Place. Now I've done a few samples here because I'm making the videos, but there's nothing to stop you going and generating as many profiles as you want. The profiles are done randomly and they focus on the assets of the property. So you can continue to generate property profiles or property scripts, whatever you want to call them, and each time you do, it will be slightly different and focused on different aspects of the house. So here's 32 Springbrook Place. I don't know that this one's going to be 100% with the tests that we've been doing, but that's essentially what it looks like. It's got a lead, it's got a secondary paragraph, followed by some bullets, summary paragraph, and a call to action. Now this is something really cool. This is for 32 Springbrook Place. Let's just say I'm lucky enough to get the listing for 18 Springbrook Place. That means the neighbourhood will be the same, the street will be the same, all of the local amenities will be the same, and the things that's going to be different will be the type of house. And because 32 Springbrooks in quite a new estate, all the houses are relatively similar. So rather than having to fill out that form that should take you about 7 minutes, you simply come to one that you've done previously, you regenerate the form, and that actually shows you the form that you filled in at the last point. So you can go through here and simply make some subtle changes. Let's just say the block's slightly different. Let's just say it's going to be a growing family. Let's just say it's got 5 bedrooms. And that's the sort of thing that we do. If I click on this, you'll see that these are already pre-loaded. That saves you a lot of time. You just come down here, generate the property profile. That property profile then gets stored in your archive. I probably should have changed it to 18 Springbrook Place because it is a different place now. But because there's no limit to how many we can do, I just regenerate the property profile and then I can get it in the archives section. Meanwhile, of course, that's actually been emailed to me. So I can scroll down here, click on Springbrook Place, and at the same time, the email pops up. Here's the Word doc. When I open the Word doc, I can then edit it and make the changes as I require. Let's just say I don't like the heading, so I change magnificent estate of grand proportions to large family home. And here's the Word doc just to show you what it looks like. You'll notice this bit down the bottom is highlighted, and that's basically to say, look, here are some fields that you need to fill in. But there it is there, 18 Springbrook Place, very similar to number 32, and that took me all of 6 seconds to produce. So that's how you can do property profiles very quickly and very accurately. We believe that the property profiles that you produce with Realwords will be as good as, if not better, than what a copywriter would write about the property. Of course, you should read through them to make sure that the points in here are correct, and you don't want to over or undersell because you do need it to be accurate. But the idea is that Realwords actually turns features into benefits, so it becomes changes descriptive copy into sales copy. And that is how you use Realwords to generate really elegant property profile descriptions.